Hello everyone, this is Mr. Gomez. Welcome back to English 100. I'm stopping by on a Friday evening to give you a few pointers on essay number 2, which is due next Thursday, and a peer review will be had on it next Tuesday. But before I do that, I just want to congratulate everyone for keeping pace and doing good work. We are on the downhill side of this, so really briefly, I'll cover what we have left to do in the course. Next week, we will be engaging two things primarily. That is finishing up the second essay, and also we'll be taking some research methodology classes that I'll get you signed up for and that we'll do together. And the week after that, we will be producing a research proposal and a annotated bibliography. So we're turning our focus towards the last third of the course, which is a research project of essay of about 6 pages. And then the last week we'll have a peer review of your research paper, and the last day of class you'll submit that research paper to me. Okay, so let's turn the focus to this essay right in front of us, for which you need to have a 2.5-page draft ready to exchange with the same group of people that you did essay 1 with. Okay, if you look at the directions, and I suggest you do if you haven't already, spend some time study with this, you'll see that it's a little bit different than the first one. The first one was a text-to-text slash personal experience essay. This is a text-to-text. We're putting these 3 assigned readings into conversation with each other. So remember, use the third person. The personal I, not really necessary as much. Actually, when you write academically, mostly that's excluded. Okay, but if you look here in the directions, uh, there's an inherent thesis here. It asks you to do one thing. Listen to this. Drawing from Pink and Gladwell, make a case for why Marita and Kip students like her are successful. In essence, you have to look at their success from the perspective of both authors. How would Pink explain Marita's success? What support from Gladwell's chapter 9 do you imagine Pink would use to support his view? How would Gladwell support Kip student success? And so on. So you see that you can start with the really simple thesis that responds to this, right? Something like the reason Marita and Kip students are successful is because, and then orient your essay around that claim. Okay, let me show you an outline of what this might look like. So when you make your own argument, you already understand sort of how to organize it. And what's important to realize about this introduction is it's a little different than the essay. Do you remember that in essay 1, the prompt asks that the first move you make after the introduction was to summarize 2 authors? This doesn't ask you to do that. What it asks you to do is summarize in a couple sentences both authors and the 3 essays in the introduction, somewhere in the middle before you drop your thesis, and sometime after you've provided a hook and settled the audience into the conversation. So we're talking an essay, an introduction that's probably a little bit longer than the next one. You could probably use 3/4 of a page, since you have to summarize in the introduction. Okay, so here's a graphic of what that looks like. The 3 things you want to shoot for your introduction. You settle the audience into the topic. You summarize Gladwell and Pink, all 3 essays, in a sentence or 2, and then you drop your thesis. I have this hypothetical thesis here to show you. KIPP students like Marita are successful because they are given resources that aren't usually available to marginalized communities. Okay, that's the claim. That's what I'm proving this paper, and I'm doing that by having some reasons. Reason number 1, I'll see how that claim is working in the Matthew effect. Do you remember that argument involved kids who had the advantage and everyone else was left on the margins? So this could take a look at why at Marita School they're given the resources and attention to make them successful. And I want to do the same thing, but I'm looking at Marita's Bargain, Chapter 9, how that claim is working. And I'm developing this in one good body paragraph or maybe 2. And then the third reason, I take a look at how Pink is working with that concept, right? We talk about motivations. What kinds of intrinsic motivations are at the KIP Academy that make Marita and kids like her successful, right? You just correlate Pink's essay with Gladwell's, right, in support of this claim here, and then uh, a conclusion that's one or two paragraphs. Okay, so you can arrive at your own outline by engaging in pre-writing strategies, brainstorming, idea clusters, in order to get you a loose thesis, right? You've already did the background reading and you have a good understanding of these three essays. I mean, that's what the assignments this week were geared to do. So the thing to consider is that you have to have a draft 2.5 pages of this by Tuesday to exchange. So it's probably time to start working on it along with your assignments that are due tonight and tomorrow. But if you have questions, let me know. And I hope this outline, this visual representation of a potential argument, like the one you're asked to do, will help you. All right. Let me know and send me an email if you need help. Thank you.